So this last video is just to look at a couple of special cases. First, it has to do with leading notes. Here we've got a perfect cadence. That's dominant chord going to tonic chord. In the dominant chord, the third of the dominant chord is what is known as the leading note of the scale. So in C major, as we are here, the leading note is B. It's the third of the dominant chord. When we meet a dominant chord going to a tonic chord, the leading note should, wherever possible, rise by step to the tonic. So this is considered weak. But if we make it rise to the tonic, so the B, the leading note of the scale, third of the dominant chord, steps up to the tonic itself. And then to make sure we've got all the right notes and all of the other parts, we might have to do some adjustment. Much more of a convincing motion. Now I've shifted it around so we have the same B to C in the treble, in the tenor. This is going to bring us some difficulties. And maybe you've already spotted that because they both rise by step, B to C, that's what I've just told you should do. But that creates a problem because it creates consecutive octaves. So for this reason, always try not to double the third of major chords. This G major chord has got 2/3 in it, 2 Bs. And because very often the thirds of major chords will function like leading notes, they'll step upwards to the tonic. They'll have that gravitational pull to the home pitch. It's not a good idea to double them because that'll lead you directly into consecutive octaves. So we'll find a different note for this dominant chord here. This is the last voice leading issue I really want to touch on. I've turned this chord into a dominant 7th chord. That is, instead of just the dominant triad, G, B, D, I've added a minor 7th. G, B, D. We'll need to find a D in there, actually, won't we? G, B, D, F. That increases the sense of pull towards the tonic. Have a listen. But good voice leading is achieved when that 7th note, that F that we've just added, the dominant 7th, actually resolves by falling a step to the third of the chord, of the tonic chord that follows. So again, we have to rearrange. The F should fall by step to E. That's much more acceptable. Now the problem is, I've got my leading note. This is where we started. I've got my leading note. It needs to rise by step. So it's a bit of a jigsaw. And that finally is quite good. You'll notice here I've got 3 C's in this C major chord and only 1 E. That's fine. It's okay to double the root of the chord twice and leave out the 5th. It's quite a strong sound. So I suggest you might, I've covered 3 things very quickly in this video. 7ths falling by step, F falling to E. The leading notes rising by step, it's the B going up to C. And avoid doubling the thirds of major chords. And avoid doubling the 5ths of any chords. If in doubt, double the root. If you follow all of the principles in these videos, you should get nice, smooth sounding voice leading in all of your exercises.